Hey, what's up? My name is Chris Abbott, and in this video, we're going to be talking about what makes a great visitor experience at your church coming up. All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about 7 ways to create a Disney-like experience for your guests, including the one thing that causes 80% of our visitors to join our church within 3 weeks. Okay, so what makes a great visitor experience? One of the most important things for us to understand is that every single person that comes to our church is a gift from the Holy Spirit, and we need to be a good steward of those people as they come in. The best way to do that is by launching a Plan Your Visit ministry. So if you're not familiar with Plan Your Visit, this is the idea of people being able to sign up and schedule a visit to come to your church on Sunday morning. So it eliminates anxiety and it lowers the barrier of entry of someone coming to church for the very first time. Since you know that they're coming, you can actually schedule a host to meet them at the front door, give them a tour of the church, help them get their kids checked in, save them seats in service, and actually introduce them to the pastor afterwards. Back in 2017, we actually launched Plan Your Visit at my church for the very first time. And it was pretty crazy. We launched it on Easter Sunday, and we ended up having so many people sign up for Plan Your Visit, we had to take it off the website and start turning people away. When we showed up on Easter Sunday, we maxed out our entire sanctuary, we maxed out our overflow sanctuary, then we got word that our kids building was 3 times over the amount of people it was legally allowed to have inside of it. So the fire marshal made us shut down our kids ministry. So here it is, Easter Sunday. We've now maxed out our main sanctuary, we've maxed out our overflow sanctuary, and we had to shut down kids check-in, and we couldn't let any more kids into the building. So on Easter Sunday, 2017, we had over 1,000 people who were stuck outside the church who couldn't get a seat in service, and they couldn't check their kids into kids' church. Great problem to have, but still a problem. So afterwards, we asked the question, would Plan Your Visit continue to work for an everyday Sunday? So obviously it works for Easter, but would it work for just a regular Sunday? Would it work over the summer during the summer slump? Well, here's what happened. We continued to run Plan Your Visit, and the next month in May, we increased our first-time visitors by 42%, in June by 60%, in July by 87%, and in August by 113%. So at that point, my pastor said, man, we've got to teach other churches how to do this. So we had a 2-day conference, and churches flew in from all over the country, and we taught them how to launch the Plan Your Visit model at their church. Then they took Plan Your Visit back to their churches, and they started seeing the exact same things. So let's dive into the 7 steps to launching a great visitor experience. Okay, number 1, contact the guest. So the first thing that you want to do is once someone signs up for Plan Your Visit on your website or through Facebook, you want to call the Plan Your Visits within 15 minutes. And this is pretty simple. You basically just want to reach out to them and say something like, hey, John, what's up? This is Pastor Chris. Hey, I saw that you planned to visit for this Sunday. I just wanted to reach out, introduce myself to you personally, and answer any questions you might have. The important part here is just to create a personal connection and to lower their anxiety, to lower the barrier of entry. You just want to let them know you want to reach out personally, answer any questions they have, tell them where to park, what to wear, and what doors to go in. Step number 2, set up the visit. You want this phone call to be quick and to the point. So you just want to find out, hey, are you bringing somebody with you or are you coming by yourself? They might be bringing a friend or maybe they're bringing a spouse. You want to know if they have kids. That way you can let your host know so they know to help check in the kids once they get there. The most important part with this is to be friendly and let them know where to meet their host on Sunday. Number 3, assign a host. All right, so the easiest way to do this is basically just to check out that person on Facebook or Instagram. This way you can kind of get a feel for their age or what season of life they're in, right? Are they married? Are they divorced? Are they young and single? Are they empty nesters? That way, what we try to do is we just want to match them up with somebody in our church who's nice and friendly and hopefully close to them in the same season of life. So if somebody plans a visit and they look like a 22-year-old college senior, we want to find somebody else who might be in their 20s or maybe even college to be able to host that person, kind of keep it in their same season of life so there's a better chance for a personal connection. Now, if you don't have someone in that season of life, don't worry about it. The only thing that really matters is that they're nice and friendly. These people already attend your church and you don't have to spend a couple of months training your volunteers. All you have to do is just grab the people who are naturally friendly. So at our church, we call these our people. They're the same people that have never met a stranger. They love meeting new people, and they'll actually be energized becoming part of this brand new Plan Your Visit ministry. Number 4, send a reminder text the night before their visit. Some people might end up planning a visit on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, but a lot of stuff happens by the time the weekend rolls around. So you just want to send a text message on Saturday afternoon or early Saturday evening, reminding them about their visit. So you want to use their name so that they know it's an actual text, and you want to say something like, hey, John, this is Pastor Chris. Just want to let you know I'm excited about meeting you tomorrow at 10:45. Make sure to get here a little bit early so I can get you a cup of coffee. Can't wait to meet you. All right, so before I get to my last couple of points, if you guys are enjoying this content and you want to learn more about church growth and Plan Your Visit and social media, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Number 5, guest parking. Okay, so it's a great idea to have some guest parking or even some dedicated plan your visit parking up front, because the last thing that you want is for someone to come visit the church for the very first time and to get there right before service starts and they have to park all the way in the back and walk, especially if it's windy or cold or raining. So it's a great idea to have some type of guest parking or plan your visit parking that's close to the doors right up front so that they don't have to walk very far. If someone doesn't plan a visit, but they pull into one of those guest spots, now you know, hey, they're new. We should go out, we should introduce ourselves to them. It doesn't have to be plan your visit. Anyone who's a guest has now identified themselves as such, and now it makes it easier for you to meet them and introduce them around. Number 6, the hosted visit. Okay, so this is where it gets really fun. This is when your plan your visits actually show up and it's time to host them. Now, the number one rule about the hosted visit is that this isn't VIP, this is family. This is a really, really important distinction. So you don't want to roll out the red carpet and treat them like a rock star. You simply want to treat them like family. And you'd been inviting them to church over and over and over, and one Sunday they said yes. What would you do? You'd meet them at the front door. You'd introduce them around to all of the key staff and leaders. You'd give them a tour of the church. You'd help them get their kids checked into kids' church. You'd save seats for them in the sanctuary. You'd sit with them during the service. See, that's exactly what we're doing with Plan Your Visit. It's not VIP, it's family. The best part about Plan Your Visit is it's like having a best friend waiting for you at the front door. So I mentioned before that we increased our first-time visitors when we first started doing Plan Your Visit. Well, the coolest part was that we found that 80% of the people who came through Plan Your Visit ended up joining our church within 3 weeks. So it sped up the natural assimilation process, and really this isn't rocket surgery. All that's happening are people are showing up, and the very first time they show up to your church, instead of slipping in and slipping out and maybe never connecting with anyone, they're having a personal connection starting before they ever even set foot on campus. And then when they show up on Sunday, they have a best friend waiting for them at the front door who can show them around, sit with them in service, and it speeds up that natural assimilation process because they become personally connected with people from day one. And one more important thing about the hosted visit. 80% of people who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit. So knowing that, no matter what happens for the entire hosted visit, make sure all of your Plan Your Visit hosts introduce their guests to the pastor. And finally, number 7, the guest center. You want all of your guests to fill out a Connect card and turn it in at the guest center. It doesn't matter if they're Plan Your Visit or if they just showed up. And the best way to do this is by offering them a free gift. Don't tell them what's in it. You have to have some curiosity. So it's good to just tell everybody, hey, if you're new here or if you plan to visit, we've actually got a free gift for you back at the guest center. If you would, just go ahead and fill out that Connect card, and when you turn that in back at the guest center, they're going to give you that free gift, and I think you're going to like what's inside. So having a gift box with multiple things in it is going to create curiosity and intrigue, and it's going to assure that you have a lot more Connect cards turned in every single Sunday. All right, so if you like this video and you found it valuable and you want to learn more about Plan Your Visit and how to grow your church, check out our video, How to Grow Your Church in 28 Days.